But I would like to say what scares us is I think we hear violence.
The young lady said she's afraid of violence. And isn't it sad that we who have been the victims of so much violence, now whites fear violence from us? We do not have a history of killing white people. White people have a history of killing us. See? And what you fear, may I say this, sir? What you fear, and it's a deep guilt thing that white folks suffer. You are afraid that if we ever come to power, we will do to you and your fathers what you and your people have done to us. And I think you are judging us by the state of your own mind, and that is not necessarily the mind of black people.
Hi family, how are you all doing? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Olivia and thank you so much for coming back again. So family, I came across a video of a white woman saying the reason why they fear black people is because they hear violence. And I was like, you hear violence from black people? Because the only violence I can hear right now is the one from white folks, white community, because the last time we checked, black people are innocent from all the crimes you guys have said about them, that they are the ones doing all the crimes, all the bad things in America and outside America. Black people are innocent. And don't forget, it was white people who do more of the mass shooting, the police brutality, the killing of your color. All of those shit aren't done by black people. This color, no, it was white. So when you come out to say you guys are scared because of black people because you hear violence, I think you just want to say that for saying sake, because within yourself you know that white people are the people who we as black people should be afraid of. Okay, because you guys are always unpacking different packages every day. All right, that is it. And the funny part is, when you guys commit all these crimes, you all point fingers at black people, knowing full well that all the crimes were committed, or all the crimes that has been committed is from your community. So anyways, without wasting much of your time, let me know what you think about this claim that white people fear black people because of they hear violence. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to read it. Okay, and stay with me. I'll come back with more commentaries. Don't go anywhere.
Whites fear violence from us. We do not have a history of killing white people. White people have a history of killing us.
So, a Texas pastor. Okay, I could have just stopped right there, but I'd be doing an injustice because this doesn't speak for all Texas pastors. But since we're here, a Texas pastor just told white parents that they need to have the talk with their kids about the supposed dangers of black people. Yeah, so let's break this down real quick. So Pastor Joel Webben gets on his podcast and says that white Christian parents should warn their kids that being around black strangers is 30 times more dangerous than being around white ones. He even tried to back it up with numbers. But here's the thing. Those stats are cherry-picked, distorted, and don't reflect how crime works in real life. The FBI's own data shows that crime is overwhelmingly intraracial, meaning white people are most likely to be harmed by white people, black people by black people. That's just facts. But here's the real kicker. In the black community, we also have something called the talk. And it's not about other people being dangerous. It's about how we have to survive encounters with police, teachers, and even just walking in certain neighborhoods while black. Black parents sit their kids down and say, keep your hands visible. Don't make sudden moves. Be respectful, even if you're disrespected, because your life could depend on it. That's the talk that we've been forced to have for generations. This pastor's version of the talk is just racism wrapped in scripture. It's fear-mongering. He's telling parents to literally program their children to see blackness as a threat before they even know who we are. And the conditioning is exactly how stereotypes, profiling, and racial violence keep getting passed down. So instead of spreading lies and teaching fear, maybe parents should have the real talk, the one that teaches kids empathy, history, and how to unlearn this cycle of hate. Because let's be real, ignorance gets inherited the same way that wealth does. Oh, and the irony, he claims that parents are failing their duty if they don't pass this on. No, sir. The real failure is raising kids who can quote Bible scriptures but can't recognize humanity. Because at the end of the day, you're a Christian pastor, you should know this already. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And there ain't nothing sound about what you just preached.
So white people will never leave black people alone, and I'm going to tell you why. White society's obsession with black people isn't new. It's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics. It was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed with us, right? They copied our music, our style, our language, our food, even our rhythm, all while denying us basic rights. Think about jazz and rock and hip hop and fashion, all born out of black genius, only to be taken, watered down, and sold back to the world with a white face on it. So why can't they just stay away? Because in a system that is built both on exploitation and envy, distance is impossible. White supremacy depends on keeping black people in place, close enough to use, control, or imitate, but never free enough to threaten the hierarchy. It's a sick paradox, fear and fascination at the same damn time. On a psychological level, it's projection. White folks will project their guilt, their fear, and their insecurities onto blackness, and then turn around and crave the very life, culture, and resilience they tried to destroy. It's like they want the sauce, but not the struggle. Now, to be real, not every white person acts like this, but the system, the way whiteness has defined itself against blackness, makes it so this obsession keeps resurfacing. Whether it's over policing or culture appropriation or trying to legislate our lives, it always comes back to the old need to dominate mixed with a quiet desire to be what they can't.
Sometimes I wonder if the reason that white people be painting black people as these like violent, angry folks, like white hating folks, is because they thinking from their perspective, and if they was that black person, then they would be angry, they would be mad, they would hate white people, and so that makes them fear black people then, but there ain't nothing they shouldn't be fearing black people, because black people don't think like white people. Black people, look how long they've had opportunity for revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what black people really desire, Well, I mean, maybe, like, on a shallow level, a little bit, you know what I mean? But, like, they've had plenty of opportunity to seize it. Like, maybe black people just want to exist. And, like, yeah, y'all white motherfuckers, y'all did some fucked up shit, but maybe they ain't got to get that get back. Maybe that thing that you see in them is coming from within you. And maybe that thing within you is the evil that we all talking about.
This is in regard to the man versus bear thing and women fearing men. And then you come up with this one. This is fantastic, huh? So black people experience torture, sexual assault, the hijacking of their lives, their thoughts, their language, their home, their family members, their entire identity and their livelihood was stolen by white people for 500 years. And you want to sell people on this one? This is what you got. That white people should be scared of black people. When the main torturers of the entire experience of being black in the United States has been by Mayos. Yeah, shit take, bro. Que tenga buen día.
As white people, is our deepest fear that we are inadequate? Or is our deepest fear that Black excellence is powerful beyond measure? It is their light, not their darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who are they to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are they not to be? Look honestly, and you will see how they demonstrate love as a reflection of our unwarranted hate. Our playing God does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about positioning ourselves and controlling the narrative so that Black and brown folks feel insecure around us. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of the Spirit that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in all of us, no matter what your skin tone is. And as we let our own light shine by atoning for and repairing the harm of our ways, as we learn to serve and see the true greatness of Aboriginal and Indigenous cultures and human beings around us, we unconsciously give white people around the planet the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. From this point, we can build a new world that is connected to the planet and each other. Together, humanity is achievable.
White people, are y'all scared to go in Black spaces? You know, I know a lot of you, and if you're like, is he talking about me? Probably. Are you scared to go in Black spaces? If so, I'm talking about you. I feel like so many white people are scared to go in Black spaces for stereotypical reasons, right? Whether subconscious or not. You're probably thinking, am I safe? Are they just gonna jump me? Like, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, are they gonna rob me? Like, but I don't really know like what you think's gonna happen. And I think a lot of you think, well, I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You will. You're the only white person there. How do you think a Black person feels when they walk into a white space? You will stick out like a sore thumb. Of course you will. Well, they look at me, baby, they're making sure you're not there to hurt them. See, the difference is you're looking at them through the lens of stereotypes, right? They're looking at you through a lens of self-protection, because obviously through history, this country has shown over and over and over again the way it feels about its Black citizens. And it's still doing it today. So baby, when you walk into their space, they're just trying to make sure that they're safe around you because of actual historical reasons, not stereotypes. The magic happens when they realize you're safe. That's when the magic happens. And I promise you it's magic.
Have you guys seen that video that's going around of a Black lad walking around in his neighborhood, and then he's being followed by a group of white people asking him why he's there? Because they particularly felt that he shouldn't be in this neighborhood. He repeatedly said to them, this is my neighborhood. They constantly following him and harassing him for being in that particular neighborhood. Now, this is a public road. Even if it wasn't his neighborhood, this is a public road. This is how scary, you know, you have to be fearful of us, our Black men, where they go. Because, you know, anything could have happened to you. He had his mobile phone and he filmed it. You know, he was filming it. And there is this one man, he drove up in his car like Starsky and Hutch. Yes, I'm that old, I remember Starsky and Hutch. And went for a gun. It was one of the other man that stopped him. But they were there harassing this guy. You know, he's walking, minding his own business. and harassing him. He's in his own neighborhood. His mother has now put a statement out, says, yes, they do live in the neighborhood. And he went out for a walk so he can have a word, speak to his girlfriend privately on his phone, you know. And why is it white people are so scared of black people? What is it? If you're white and you're watching this, let me know. What is the problem with you and black people? Why are you so scared? And why is it that you have to harass our men, right? In particular, right? Why are you so scared? There's good white people and there's bad white people. There's good black people and there's bad black people. We're not all the fucking same. You know, what is it that's going on? You know, why? And you're going to be called out because now we've got social media, we've got mobile phone, and we'll film that shit, right? So you're going to be called out. You know, it's particularly disturbing because, you know, anything can happen. What about the lad they found hanging from a bridge, or was it a tree or something? He didn't put himself there. You know, he was at work. He was in his work. He was working. You know, this is the thing in this day and age, 2024, and we've got to fear. We have to be fearful for our men and women when they're out on their own. This is crazy, and the government need to do something about this. This cannot go on. It can't go on. Anyway, let me have your comment. Put it in the comment. Let's have your comment. See you on the next one.
White people think black people are stupid because if they had our physical advantages, they would destroy the whole fucking universe. It got me thinking when I heard about the Epstein emails, all this shit this PDF file was doing, and he still had time to talk about black people. It's crazy to me. According to these emails, it seems like allegedly Epstein was trying to find a way to genetically engineer black people to make them smarter. And that made me think, what does it mean to be intelligent in a world where kindness is treated as stupidity? The indigenous populations that these white groups came and colonized, they saw them as stupid because they didn't immediately meet these foreigners with violence and fear. They met them with openness and generosity. That was seen as idiotic. That was seen as a sign that they were not developed. And considering the fascination that white people have with the black body, we've seen it in Get Out, but like there's also so many other forms of literature and history that just shows the weird obsession that white people had with our bodies specifically, not us, our body. And it's just giving you feel like if you were in us, like you could take the white spirit and put it in the black body, it would be a better result because y'all would take the gifts that we naturally have. Whatever, this is not a conversation about eugenics. Like, I'm not trying to argue one gene is better than the other. But the traits that black people have that are desirable to white people, right? They wish, instead of just having black people live in their own autonomy, that they could take the spirit and put themselves in black people so that they could get all the advantages that we get without having to worry about the ways that we seem to be restricted. They see it as stupidity. I see it as morality.
What I've observed in my 28 years of being on this planet is that you could be a gangster, you could be a black guy who speaks perfect English, you could be dressed in a suit and tie, you could be in a fucking work outfit. White people, particularly white guys, will always be scared of you. Like, I don't know why though. Like dead ass. Like they white boys just real scared of us black men. Like, I'm sorry, that's just a fact. That's something I've observed and as I've seen all my life, no matter how I am, no matter how I look, no matter how big I am, you know, say how much muscle I got on or whatnot, they will always be scared of me. They're scared of us. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Is it because of how media depict us? Is it because of our bass in our voice? Is it because of our height? Like, I really don't know. But white boys really are scared of black men.
I will not be trying to work with white women over the next 4 years. The whole blue bracelet debacle is something to protect you. It is not even something that oppressed people have asked you to do to protect us. Second of all, y'all don't listen and you're never 10 toes down for anything that you stand for. So to be honest, I don't want y'all on my team. I don't know what the rest of y'all are doing. Figure yourselves out. Handle your own shit. Put the team on y'all back and do what y'all gotta do. Whatever you do, you're gonna have to do it without us because we're tired and we don't feel like it anymore. See you in 2028.
Okay, family, so you know, okay, white people, you all don't need to fear black people, okay? You all need to start fearing your own community, your own color, because black people were so busy with family, busy with work, busy with the things that matters, okay? You guys are not a problem, all right? You guys are the least of our problem. So you saying that you fear black people because you see violence, I pray you stop seeing violence, okay? Thank you so much for watching my video. And if you find it very interesting, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And of course, support the channel by subscribing to the channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you stop by again. Bye and stay safe.